you had mentioned to me talking about happiness as an individual construct versus a collective construct. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, well, this is something I'm really fascinated with, and something that the research is increasingly focused on. In the early stages of the research, kind of neglected this a bit, but particularly in the last 5-10 years, there's been a lot more focus on like cultural differences. And this is one of the things we see. So yeah, in simple terms, different cultures have different ways of defining happiness, and different cultures have slightly different ways of pursuing happiness, which it shouldn't be that surprising. If you think about it, it shouldn't be a huge surprise.
Yeah.
But one of the most stark differences we see, or significant differences, are between so what I might define as sort of the Western cultures, like Australia, America, England, those sorts of places, where we tend to think very individualistically. So if we ask someone in Australia, for example, or in one of those Western countries about happiness, they will tend to think about themselves and how they're feeling now. Now, if you compare that to particularly some of the Southeast Asian countries or South American countries, they have a much more, and obviously these are generalisations, but they have a much more collectivist definition and way of framing happiness. So if you ask someone from one of those sorts of places to think about happiness, they will think about their village, their community, or their family, their village, their community, and I think it's important not to say one's right or wrong or better or worse, but I certainly think that in our Western societies we could benefit from thinking a bit more about others. We shouldn't ever want happiness or think about happiness as being me, me, me. That sort of selfishness or narcissism is not good. It's not helpful or healthy at all. Happiness is not just about feeling good, it's about doing good.
To check out the full interview, there'll be a link somewhere. I'm sure you'll figure it out. You're an adult, presumably.